morning. Dear me, I'm coughing. I'm just going to put air into the rifle because I didn't fill it up yesterday. On this compressor, you've got to make sure the valve is open, the bleed valve. Keep it open. Start it up and let it run for a few seconds and now close it off. As you can see on the Iconix, I put the scope on because I wasn't happy with the video quality yesterday. So I'm going to keep it on the same profile and see where it goes on a 24-yard shot. Okay, the compressor's finished pumping in. It's on the automatic cut-off. So now we're going to bleed the air out of it. And I leave this open. Turn the compressor off. Now I've left the bleed valve open. So next time I come to fill up, I know it's open. Okay, so that's it. Get everything packed away in its little bag and hang it up. And put this back in. Just to keep the dust out. Okay, now we'll go outside and we'll see if the Zulus is nigh on zeroed. What I've done, I measured everything up from the crowl, from the butt stop to where the position of the scope is, and I've left it onto the same profile as the crowl. So doing a 24-yard shot, I don't know where the pellet's going to go. I'm hoping it's going to be close to the mark where I'm aiming at, and we'll see. Okay, so we'll go outside and do it. Right, good morning. This is the second day of testing, but with a difference. I've got a different scope on, which I'm not going to zero because, as I said in the shed, I'm hoping it's going to be on target. And what I've got down there is the 3 rats with the little yellow men on. So at this distance, and as you all know, it's quite far to it, those little rubber men. Let's see what the Iconix can do today. Oh, and I'm also using this sort of rest rather than the camera tripod. Oh yeah, I'd like to say thank you for everybody what's commented it yesterday. And a lot of people have been saying about, can't you adjust the trigger? Well, yes you can, if you take it all apart. I say yes you can, I don't know until I take it all apart, but I don't really want to take it apart yet, because while I'm testing it out, other things could go wrong. and if they do go wrong over say a week or so, I could then strip it down and do everything all under one go, rather than keep stripping it down and doing a trigger, stripping it down, doing something else. You know what I mean? So more shots will go through it, more I get used to that trigger, and we'll see how good this little cheapo rifle is. You know, I did say yesterday for £189 you can't really go wrong. But of course all that can change. My opinion might change. I might say it's not working, you know what I mean? That's why I'm testing it, because normally I don't test a rifle, you know, especially like the Crow and the Beeman. Well, the Beeman, I just zeroed in shoot just like the Crow. But being so cheap, I want to see if the working gun, you know, things inside all works properly. You know, as I say, more times I use this rifle, the more I'll get used to this trigger. Right, okay, so I'm going to turn the scope on, and I really need the 0 block on just to raise it up, or you know, to bring it forward. Right, okay, so dear me, it looks very dark down there. So I'm recording, and I can just make out a little man there. Dear me, yesterday it was all flooded out on that rifle, on that scope, and today it's very, very dark. So I'm loaded in, and I'll go for that little man, what I can see. I can see both little men. Top one I can't see at all. So it's going to be interesting. Right. The safety's off, and I'm going to take the left hand man first. And that's hit it. And that's unbelievable. And that's not zeroing this scoping, that's just measuring everything from the Crow, and placing it onto this, get the same measurements. You know, well pleased, well happy with that. Right, we'll take the second little man. And let's hit that as well. Now these shots will be in slow motion. That's 2 out of 2 hits. As I say, the top one, oh yes, I could just about see him, okay. And that's hit him. That's 3 out of 3. And those little men, okay, they're not really small, but they're small enough for this distance. Okay, so let's just clipped him that time. Headshot. No, that pellet shot to the right. As I say, every time I fire this, I'm getting used to this trigger. That's hitting me on the head. Okay. Yeah, that's hitting me again. Yeah, very, very pleased about the scope being on this icon without zeroing it in. My measurements must have been right down to the fraction of an inch. Yeah. Yeah, let's cut him again. Every single shot, I think, apart from one, missed him. So I'm not quite sure how many shots we've done, but we'll start shooting the rat now. And that's that rat, he's gone. Headshot on the rat. That rat's gone. And that was the last shot. At the moment I'm impressed with it, yeah. Let's take it off and do not quite sure, but that was freehand sitting down. But if I had a freehand hitting the rat, of course that's an easy shot. So the weight is nice. Yeah, hitting the shadow there. Can I see the spinner? I don't know, it's so dark down now. Shoot his bum. Right, there's the little man again. Yeah, that caught him again. And again. Rat's head. Yeah, that got that. I think this might be the last shot. We've got a towel. What about his towel? No, I don't know. That shot high to the right. Oh, it's still another shot. So high to the right, about there. Yeah, that's his towel. And that was the last shot. Okay, stop the video. Turn the scope off. Decocked, and it's on safety. I'm very surprised that I got this scope just in the right place for this second test. What the quality of the video be like, I don't know. As I say, until I make it, I'll still put it up on YouTube, whatever the quality is. Wait till but the targets what I just shot at, the little men and the rats, with an unzeroed scope for the rifle, shot very, very well. A couple of misses, but most of them was all on target. Yeah, so I'm really impressed with the rifle. But as I say, there's still more tests to do over days and maybe weeks, you know, before I'll even think about stripping it down. My opinion yesterday, is it worth buying? And I said yes. My opinion today is still the same. It hasn't changed. For under £189 for this rifle, as you've just seen me shoot rats and little men at 24 yards, what can you say? Yeah, my opinion hasn't changed. It's still worth the money at the moment. Well, that's the end of the video, and it's a short one, I think. Was it 13-14 minutes? Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who's watched. Also, I was quite surprised this morning when I looked at it. 16 hours after, 16 hours, it was up on YouTube, and I got over 650 views. Okay, fair enough. I didn't get 650 likes. I only got about 30 likes, you know. But it just shows you that people do watch, especially when you're shooting a cheap rifle, because that has never happened on all the videos I've put on YouTube within 16 hours. No way. Normally, maybe 75 to 100 people view the videos, and then it goes up day after day, but 16 hours and over 650 views within the first 16 hours. Truly amazing. Yeah, if anybody wants to pass these videos on to their friends or whatever, feel free to do so, because it's for everybody, you know what I mean? Although it is like a diary for me, just telling me what I've done over days or months, whatever, it's also for your entertainment as well. But the Iconix, the UX Iconix, at the moment I still say it's worth the money if you can get used to that trigger. It's a shame it hasn't got a bipod Picatinny rail on, so that's just the two little niggly bits at the moment. No Picatinny rail for a bipod, and the trigger is so heavy. I really can't make out why these high-end brand names think they can sell a rifle with such an heavy trigger like this. This is not the only rifle that comes out of the factory with a heavy trigger, but I just can't make out why they do that. They would get more sales if the trigger is good. And of course, for taking it apart, you've got so many screws just to get to the internal. And that's one of the reasons I don't want to take it apart yet, to do the trigger. I'd rather find all the faults and then do it all under one. Okay, so that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, give a thumbs up, leave your comments, and I'll see you again, I hope, tomorrow. Bye.